Do you own a home or are you looking to buy one? Whether to live in or to fix and flip, you're likely to want to make improvements. In this video, you'll discover why home renovation looks great on home design shows and is fun to watch on reality shows, but is an expensive self-inflicted beating in real life. But the results can be worth the pain, and you can reduce it tremendously if you prepare thoroughly before you begin. If you'd like to avoid hidden costs and surprises, save tens of thousands in extra costs, and avoid migraines and nightmares, stay tuned as we dive into the hidden costs of home renovation. I'm Brian Bush with Freedom Mentor, and for nearly 20 years, our organization has coached and mentored many of America's most successful real estate investors. We've been a part of thousands of deals and seen just about every imaginable surprise you'd never expect in taking on home renovation. And we're going to share some of that wisdom with you today. If you have any questions through this video, text FREEDOM to 305-315-8030 or comment below. And if the wisdom you're gaining through these videos is adding to your bottom line, be sure to like and subscribe and turn on notifications so you get alerted every time we bring you more.
Every successful real estate investor has a mentor. Get mentored by me and my team by applying to be my next apprentice. Click the top corner.
Whether you're remodeling your home, buying one to live in, or renovating to hold or flip, there are 3 simple keys you must dial in before you begin. 1, know what you're buying. 2, know what you plan to do to it. And 3, know who can get it done. Let's start with know what you're buying. Now, if you already own the property, hopefully before you purchase, you obtained a survey to be clear on boundary lines, encroachments, and easements, and also completed all inspections. This is where you call in a licensed professional to ensure you're clear on the condition of the property structurally and mechanically. Structurally, you want to ensure everything is solid with the foundation, everything underground, the roof, the walls, windows, doors, and floors. They'll help you identify anything that's not up to code, items requiring repair, and what may be a problem in the near future. The inspector will also focus on mechanicals, plumbing, electrical, and HVAC, to ensure those systems are functioning properly, there are no hazards, and that you're not going to get hit with costly surprises. Some investors or contractors consider themselves experienced enough that they don't need a professional inspector. But if you can't see through walls, then the inspector's thermal imaging camera is an important tool. And if you don't have an anemometer, you won't be confirming the CFMs being pulled through the return. Perhaps you're not concerned with that, but the next buyer's inspector will check it, and if it's insufficient, you get stuck with the bill. Then there's the radon level measurement. In many parts of the country, these levels must be brought within an acceptable range, or buyers won't get their financing. So save yourself the couple $1,000 headache that will be by checking before you buy. Check out the 10 surprises to avoid when buying fixer-uppers to really dig deeper and go beyond the inspection report on the neighborhood, mechanicals, sinkholes, zoning and permits, and so much more. The findings of your due diligence will allow you to start in on your scope of work, where you'll define your project start to finish. More on that in a moment, but initially, keep the goal clear. You must know what you're buying to avoid hidden costs. No assumptions, guesses, hopes, or hearsay. Once you know the details about the property, the next step is to formulate your plans and make decisions to know what you plan to do to it. We start with a scope of work and document our plans room by room to take the property from point A to the intended point B, step by step. We'll put that scope in front of multiple contractors to obtain specific bids and quantify the project. This is a critical step because your budget likely has a cap, so you may have to adjust your scope, come up with more funds, or find contractors with better rates to arrive at the end results you can afford. Check out Phil's video on estimating rehab costs like a pro to shortcut that process and efficiently end up with the right scope and the right bids. Without a clear final scope of work and project plan going in, you're very likely to experience scope creep, where your renovation will continue to evolve as you move through the work, and the length of the project will multiply along with your soaring project costs. So don't let this turn into ready, fire, aim. Know the property and know what you plan to do to it before you get started. But despite all your homework and planning, renovation projects come with surprises. It's just part of the adventure. So it's always wise to account for an extra 20% in project costs. Keep that in savings as a contingency fund, and you won't get caught unable to get finished.
Got questions? Simply text the word freedom to 305-315-8030 and we'll help you.
And finally, if you know what you're buying and you know what you plan to do to it, the last step is know who can get it done. No small part of successful home renovation is working with the right contractors. In fact, it can be the biggest headache of all. You want to seek referrals, check references, and get everything in writing. And don't forget to brush up on psychology and a martial art to prepare for the verbal judo required to keep the project on course. A great head start will be checking out Phil's viral video, 7 Things to Never Say to a Contractor. Just read the comments and you'll get a foretaste of what you're stepping into from the homeowner side and the contractors. If you followed the steps to this point, you have a detailed scope of work and the bids from competent contractors that have differentiated materials and labor, so the project is as clear as possible down to the paint codes. Unfortunately, some contractors thrive on change orders, and those costly adjustments through a project can blow your budget and timeline. That's why we want everything as crystal clear as possible going in. We're big fans of reimbursing materials with submitted receipts and paying for work as it's completed, or weekly according to the work breakdown schedule. You want the work inspected and any punch list created and completed before you pay for the work. Stay ahead of your contractors. You should owe them a little bit of money rather than them owing you a lot of work. The horror stories in home renovation are riddled with homeowners that prepaid for half of the job only to have the contractor skip out on the project, and we've even seen some of them put a mechanic's lien against the property for the other half of the work they didn't do. But once you have the right contractors, your renovation will require management throughout. If you hire a general contractor, a GC, they'll take this on as part of their fee, managing subcontractors, materials, and coordinating the work. You could also hire a project manager or take that on yourself, but be prepared for the daily time and decisions that are required. It's like taking on a part-time job while having to pay everyone you work with. But the outcome of the project depends on you. Even with a GC or project manager, you have to be prepared to manage the manager. No one cares about the outcome more than you. So if you're about to take on a fixer-upper, you absolutely need to know what you're buying, you have to know what you plan to do to it, and you should be confident you know who can get it done. Without that clarity, you don't close on it. You never want to learn expensive new lessons after you own the problem. The goal is to achieve the intended results you want in the time frame you need and stay in budget in the process. Hopefully we made it clear, renovation is not for the faint of heart. They can be worthwhile when you grow into the process and master the steps to reduce your risk and maximize your returns. While we at Freedom Mentor steer our apprentices clear of most major renovations, yet still make tens of thousands flipping properties, if you learn to grow into the process with the right guidance and follow the simple yet critical steps we've outlined here, you can minimize your rehab headaches and avoid the hidden costs of home renovation. And if you want to do this to scale and make a lot of money doing it, you need a mentor with the experience and expertise to steer you clear of disasters and into big profits. That's what we do at Freedom Mentor. We mentor and coach people into world-class house flipping professionals. And if you want the very best in your corner, helping you every step of the way, apply to our apprentice program, where our team will mentor, coach, and guide you to financial success. There's a link in the description and at the top. Again, if you have any questions for us, text FREEDOM to 305-315-8030 or comment below.
Be sure to get your free copy of my best-selling book, How to Be a Real Estate Investor, and that comes with the audiobook version as well. Click the top corner.
I'm Brian Bush with FreedomMentor.com. If you gain more real estate wisdom through this video, be sure to like and subscribe, and let us know below how we can help you achieve freedom.